Oh boy, was it in a big week at Sportsbet, JJ. I don't want to pump up my own tyres, but if you want to do that for me, you can.
I might just move straight along and just skip it.
Oh, can you believe it? Welcome to Kick-Ons. That's right, we're an absolute family here. The best analyst in the business, and also Josh Jenkins as well. So, Kano, I can't believe he didn't give you his flowers.
Either can I, Richo. You saw Nasai Wanganeen-Miller's last minute on Sunday. That was me punting on the weekend. That's how good I was. I was in that sort of form. Just call me Naz today.
That's why I didn't feel the need, because I knew we'd spend most of the show talking about the great man with the over and unders.
39-15.
Look at all of these
Look
odds
at
there.
it.
Tick, 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 tick. And then the Daicos boys got involved. So you need him 29 and a half. He's sitting on 28. It's only 3 minutes to go. Oh, you get to 29. We still need one more. How are you feeling?
I thought it was all over.
You say, Josh, go and jump in the hole.
Get it? Yes. There it
Geez,
is.
you don't mind kick-ins now, do
I
you?
love
Haven't you
kick-ins.
changed your tune on the
I
kick-ins?
love kick-ins now. So with a couple of minutes left, we got there. Historical performance.
So the Volkaneo has been absolutely superb. Have a look at this. You both have been great.
Thank you.
Over and under, but 27 out of 34 is absolutely elite. But enough rear-view mirror stuff. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll make sure that your over and unders continue throughout. Hey, also, we love our markets, and the new markets up are fantastic at Sportsbet. So we actually decided with the Bont that we'd have a little play there, and ticks.
Yeah, that was soft. That was quite easy, that one, because Bontempelli against the Bombers, was always going to be too good, too classy. So well done to you, and to me. We got the job done with the same player multi.
Absolutely. And well done to the 8 people who followed us. Yes,
Only
8 copies. Well, that's, your error. Don't worry about that. Follow us on the feed and check out all of their great tips. JJ has been in outstanding form. Let's turn our attention to Adelaide versus Hawthorn. At the Adelaide Oval, this is going to be red hot.
Absolute ripping game. And you think Adelaide, they're in like as good a form as any team, really, with the way that they're playing. They're red hot in all aspects of the game. I think there's something intangible about the way they're playing, where they're sacrificing themselves for each other, and that's hard to measure, and you can't measure it in stats. But this is a team that's in the mix to win the premiership, and Hawthorn will have their work cut out for them.
I'm a believer
Absolutely,
now.
yeah. So am I. I've been just holding. I haven't been a non-believer, just wanting to hold and just wanting to see more and more information and more evidence. Because I've been a bit nervous just a bit unsure about the Crows midfield and whether it can be good enough. Saligo 35-2 last week. Berry running and carrying, starting to look like an every week AFL midfielder. So their midfield against what I think still needs work in terms of Hawthorn's midfield, they can get an advantage.
Yeah, you speak about Hawthorn's midfield shortly and put one person on notice who needs to lift. But Will Day makes a difference. But second game back is often hard for him.
Second up syndrome.
Yeah, I'm a huge believer
and
in that.
he didn't have big numbers. He was tagged in his first game back, would you believe, by Hugh. I couldn't believe that last Thursday night. So he will be feeling, we'll see how he feels in the second game, but he's really important to them. And I just wonder which forward line setup will work for Hawthorn as well. So that'll be interesting to see how that functions.
What about the big man mountain?
The thrill seeker?
Phil Thorpe. I love it. Hard to say, but he is awesome to watch.
He is. He's an absolute beast. He's a real... Now, we all rave about Sam Darcy, but this guy, Phil Thorpe, is right there with him. What he can do with his size and his physical stature, he's such a hard matchup, and he can do this. He can go into the ruck and be dominant. So most backup rucks who are forwards who fill in the ruck go in there just to try and nullify, just to try and halve contests and just try and stay in the game and chop it out whilst the ruckman's getting a 5-minute rest. This guy, Kane, goes in there and has an impact.
Yeah, he does, because he's so mobile. He's got a huge tank. They say that he dominates the pre-season running, and that's how good of an athlete he is. Yeah. And just because of the size of him, he's more robust. I don't like Sam Darcy going to the ruck because of the fragile nature of his body and his unique makeup. But this guy, you're confident he can go in there. And they used him a lot in the ruck against Port Adelaide, and he was dominant. 6 clearances, I think he had 19, high level of score involvements, double digits and 3 goals. So that is a great little move that Matthew Nicks can make.
A lot of talk about the Crows' big forwards, mainly coming from the man to my left. But there you go. We got the numbers on how much of the game they're actually on the field at the same time.
Together.
It's only 34%.
So the 3 doesn't work.
It's only the 3 is working quite
beautifully. The 3 together doesn't work.
They're working beautifully.
It doesn't work.
Of all that we've been able to witness, this year, and all the evidence we've got on how they're going
on this hill.
He is still saying it doesn't work.
Well,
but
because they're not there together. So the three together doesn't work. I was right.
They're all putting the jumper over the head and playing
Who do you
in the
like
same
here?
team. I actually don't mind Walker in this game. He's back in goal-kicking form. So 5 of his past 5, he's gone 2+. So he's back in goal-kicking form. I reckon he'll get Sicily. So I've got Tom Barras to go to Thilthorpe for size. I reckon Battle goes to Darcy Fogarty. And I think it's Sicily versus Walker. Now, Sicily might have 20+ the other way, but Tex will get some opportunities to hit the scoreboard.
What about the other end of the ground
Yeah,
as well?
this is a fascination for everyone.
I love Cal Shadir back.
Yeah, he's
a
awesome.
jet,
So he's unique. He's what he did last week. There's some things in his game that are really good. That's Mitch Lewis taking the contested mark one-on-one, which they hadn't done. Chol's not going to do that for you. So that's what they like about Mitch Lewis, and he's moving really well. So, and we know Gunston's been the most dangerous, and then this guy can do this. So I think the mix of those three means that Marbiol Chol, even though he's kicked 32 goals from 17 games this year, is vulnerable. This is a good mix. And then you've got the smalls everywhere, McDonald, the Watson, Moore and Ginnivan. This is an elite front six, this Hawthorn group. So this will test the best sides, and it will test Adelaide's back six, or as rock solid as anyone's.
I've loved Dylan Moore up around the ball. Interviewed Cade Simpson, the assistant coach for Hawthorn, and just the need for them, I think they've identified they need a bit more bite and punch around the footy. So he's one that's come up. So 20+ Dylan Moore, you can roll that out to 22, 23 as well, because he doesn't necessarily need to play centre bounce, but he comes up the ground and gets involved heavily.
Using your ladders and staking appropriately, they can become snakes, of course. Who's on notice?
Well, best and fairest winner's on notice, Richo, and Hawthorn can't win unless John Newcombe gets going. He's just going. He was tagged by Willem Drew 2 weeks ago, 11 touches. He had 8 last Thursday night, subbed out. So clearly might be an issue with his body. But last year, best and fairest winner, and him and Will Day were as good as any 1-2 midfield combination in the league, and he just hasn't been that. So there's the last time that they met, and across the board this year, his numbers are flat. So there's his clearance markets, if you like that. I actually like his disposal market. 23+ is good value. He's not a high possession midfielder, but I reckon he's angry. I saw him get subbed out. I don't think he looked good at all in terms of his body language. I think there'll be a big response, and they need one.
Okay, so he's on notice and you're expecting him to respond accordingly. Collingwood versus Brisbane at the MCG. This is going to be a beauty.
Huge.
I'm not jumping out of my lane to suggest the winner can finish on top. The loser might even miss out of the top 4.
Vulnerable, the loser,
I
reckon.
That's the beauty of the ladder at the moment. There are a handful of teams who are as likely to finish top 4 as they are likely to finish down in 8th, and some of those teams might even miss altogether. So early in the season, it was a 52-point margin. But other than that, the past few games between these two teams have been incredibly close. And what Collingwood have been able to do against Brisbane is keep the contested ball close. So it's been even or +1 in favour of Collingwood in 3 of those 4 games. And they've also been able, Kane, to stop the line from taking uncontested marks. So they've taken the line's 2 strengths away from them.
That's the key. So you play Brisbane, you've got to keep them under 100 uncontested marks. Now, if you can do that, you're in a really good position. Now, some teams can, some teams can't. I was there, watched that game live in round 6 where they smashed him. Nick Daicos had a field day. They didn't know what to do with him. But this is a response game. We'll find out a lot about Brisbane. They were so poor against Gold Coast. They were beaten up around the footy. Good teams respond. This is why I think there could be an upset on the cards here. No worries about the MCG anymore with Brisbane. They actually love going there.
So that minor premiership's interesting. $15. So to win this, and then they would go on. They've got a tough run though.
That looks good. They got a tough run.
If you think they can win this, you probably should have something on them to finish minor premiers, because even though their run's tough, if you look at them in individual matchups and think about the best version of Brisbane, they'll probably go in at least even Stevens, maybe favourites in all games. So they're a powerful team. It just depends where you sit on them.
Let's talk about Nick Daicos from the tough streets of Carey Grammar. He has been an absolute superstar this
Well, the best individual performance nearly, I think, of the year against Richmond. Now, if you're not going to put anyone anywhere near him, this is what he'll do. I'm not suggesting you can tag him, but you need to show some respect. Just letting him seep out the back of a contest, that's what's going to happen off one step. So 42, 3 goals, freak.
Barely wasted a disposal. What you need to do is you need to listen to Kane and the Channel 7 guys interviewing coaches before games. So I was sitting at home before this game, might have been on the other network,
Back our
but
own
still,
system in.
When Adam Uze said the words, we're going to back our
Yes.
system in, we're not going to tag him, we want to teach our players
Load
how
up.
to play. I couldn't grab the
Chips
Sportsnet
in.
app quick enough.
Chips in.
I just had the wrong ladder, 32, 33, 34.
please.
It needed to be 40 plus.
You've
Unbelievable.
cooked it.
So when you hear coaches say against gun midfielders, no, we're going to back our system in, go and find said midfielder and get on.
$1.67 for the Brownlow. That's how tight he is. $9 for the Norm Smith. So we're already getting ahead of it. We're saying A, they're going to be in the grand final. You would think B, that they're going to win, and C, that he's best.
A lot's got to go right there, doesn't it?
Wow.
I'd just cool the Jets on the Norm Smith. He'll start 450 on the day.
Okay.
And I'd pay the tax on knowing that they're actually in the game.
Good call. It's a bit like the Melbourne Cup markets. I want to actually see them turn up on the
horse
day.
needs to be there.
Correct. That's a key part of it. Hey, can we talk about Jezza and Jeremy Cameron? This strive to 100. So he's kicked 31 goals in the last 6 games. He's got 6 games left and he's 31 goals away from 100. Does he get there?
Well, if he could play this mob every week, it'd be helpful because I was at this game and I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
Awful.
It's disrespectful
Disgusting.
to Jezza to say it was an underwhelming 11, but the lack of look at this.
that.
Look at this.
He's probably kicked 6 at that
I used
point.
to get ridiculed for kicking these types of goals. He's done it 11 times in a night.
was amazing.
Not a single person on him. Not a goal that was actually a big mark as a key forward. It was just all out the back, all off to the side. I mean, the lack of accountability from North was
Can
staggering.
I just say he's 0 chance to get to 100?
I agree.
0.
Yeah.
So this has been one of the big narratives all year, and I get it. I like it. It's romantic. He is 0 chance to get to 100.
What happens if...
Can I
And I
pour
thought you were a
Can
romantic.
I pour the cold water on that?
Oh, no, you have.
It's pretty cold.
Talk about take the jam out of our
It's not
donut.
happening. It's not happening.
What
Jezza.
about if he kicked 100 on grand final day? What?
How good?
Well, would everyone be able to allow?
Yes.
They would. They wouldn't be
Not
allowed.
only-
They wouldn't be allowed to. But
Game
they
will
would.
take
Not
6
only would
hours.
you run on the ground, you'd do it with a GoPro to be representing us. Get out there.
1993, when Tony Modric kicked his 100th, I was out there.
Were you?
Against
Were you?
Fitzroy, my brother and I. It's on Vision. Ran out.
Wow.
One of the greatest moments ever. Doesn't happen often, clearly. And another greatest moment
In your
when
full-
Fraser Garrett kicked his 100th in the prelim final, which won us the game. So I actually like players.
Well, I was
kicking
at the
Full Crows kit? Did you run out the middle?
full Crows
Of course.
kit. Yeah.
Loves
Even
the
with the
Crows.
ankle bands
Yeah,
that your
full
dad used to
Crows
wear?
kit. Yeah.
last time 100 was kicked was Buddy Franklin. I was at that game. Didn't have the courage to run out when Buddy got it, but I said to my mate, right, when Fev gets his 100,
Yeah.
we're going to go out, but he got stuck on 99.
Then the Hawks
it'd be
cheated.
It'd be great to see, but it won't happen.
Not going to happen.
Okay, best duo in the game. That's what we want to talk about. Midfield duos that are totally dominating the comp.
So we got some rippers. So we asked Champion Data who are the best. So the number 1 rated duo is Ed Richards and Marcus Bontempelli. That's the pick. Hard to argue with
What
that.
does 37 mean?
I probably think that is right, just because of Bond's dominance.
Okay.
So that's their combined rating.
Right.
So you split that in half. They're the number 1 and 2 rated players in the league, so they're going to be number 1. But Rowell and Anderson are coming that hard. I like the combination of those two because of what they offer and how they complement each other.
I'd drop 3 down to 5 and roll the other 2 up. I'm a big fan of. I love these 2 guys.
This was amazing.
I love gun midfielders that are different, that have got a point of difference. So one's inside working his tail off, and that's Rowell. Rowell's really upped his disposal. So he's been a low 20s player. His past 3 have been up 30 plus. So he's really been able to find the footy. And this guy, I mean, don't give up on him for the Brownlow medal. Even though Daicos is odds on, do not give up on this guy. There's still a lot of footy to be played. There's still 4 games left. There's
And
still
you've got
votes all over the place.
$34
Thank you.
on
Jump
the
on
feed.
the feed. Check that out. So don't give up. I also love Turbo Tommy Green.
Yeah.
But I love Finn Callahan. Best 21 disposal game I think I've seen last
That
week.
third quarter from the Giants was extreme.
Finn Judd.
Finn Judd, mate, please call him Finn Judd, please, if you don't mind. There's $2 there for Gold Coast to make top 4.
I like it.
Just keep in mind, they've got that game up their
Against
sleeve.
Essendon, who will have
Who might really test
you
him.
might be in the forward pocket for Essendon in round
And
24.
I'd be dangerous if I was 100 metres on my own. Now, let's see if we can find the shot clock and get 30 seconds up on each of these topics. Did anyone call you overweight on the field? Well, they certainly wouldn't have done that to you, Kano. You half
No, but I reckon I would have called 100 players overweight
100
myself.
people.
Oh yeah, that was
Wow.
one. That
Oh,
was,
you did the calling. No
that
one
was
called
one
you.
of my go-tos, but it was more like custard guts or something like that. It wasn't just as blunt as overweight.
Custard guts.
I don't think I was ever called overweight on the field. I mean, these days we don't even know how much the players weigh, so how could you...
Fair game from Toby, though.
And you were unbelievable, Nick, both of you, so it wouldn't have come your way. Now, I'm just thinking about Melbourne, Marvel, against West Coast.
Oh.
Now, there is 17 lifts open at Bulla and 67, 106 centimetres of snow.
Well, there was 20...
And Wombat is just unbelievable at the moment. That's where they'll all be, surely.
Gee, this could be a low number.
There was 22 against the Saints, so you
No
have
chance.
to think 14?
No,
in the teens.
I reckon it could be sub 10.
No.
There's no chance they put that number. There's
Shut
no
them
chance
down.
they release that number if it's under 10.
Sub
No chance.
Shut them down.
Essendon up against Sydney. What's a pass mark for the Bombrays?
Get through without a good player getting
Yeah,
injured.
no more injuries.
10 goals.
What? Is that all it comes down to now?
Fill up Sydney mids, Sydney halfbacks, that'll be a fill up. So don't miss out on that one. Don't worry about watching the game in terms of competitiveness, but Sydney mids, Chad Warner and those boys, they'll just get plenty of the footy.
Okay, and then the markets, I think you've identified one that I think's over the odds. Let's talk about North Melbourne then. What's a pass mark for them moving forward?
Well, this has just been, I think they've been, for me, the most disappointing team for the year.
They'll respond
That's
this
it. Well, they'll respond, will they? You're
Yeah.
confident
What
that
will it
North...
look like?
What evidence do you have?
Well, because the
to
blowtorch
suggest-
is all over them.
And it hasn't been for the last 6 years where they finished bottom four?
Not
What
after that-
evidence
that performance
have
on
you
Saturday?
got to
So-
suggest that North will
No,
respond?
it's the perfect spot, right? So North Melbourne blown away, embarrassed, St Kilda as high as a kite.
Yeah.
So there better be a response. And if North Melbourne give up 125 points to St Kilda, questions.
They've kicked 100 once this year, the Saints.
Questions.
So that's a good point that he's making.
Call of the year by Al Nicholson. Nasiah the Messiah.
Great.
What a call. But only the 5th ranked game of the round.
Oh, beyond belief.
Is that right?
That's right.
Yes, it is right. And I nearly tripped over. We love Champion. We love them, right? We love
Champion.
We love them so much that they are all our men and women. But how he was the 5th rated player in the game, I know he turned it over in the first.
His ball use wasn't
give him
great
a
early.
spell.
And what Champion do, and I'm just giving you a reason, Champion punished poor ball use severely. So that's
They obviously
why,
don't
that's
reward
why.
game-winning
But the
efforts.
last minute, I'd love to see his rating point for the last minute of that game.
They'd be rating you both very highly. A very quick break. You're watching Kick-Ons. Now, this is a segment that has taken the world by storm. It's been copied all around the globe, over and under. You two are dominating this. Keep up the good work.
Nervous now, though.
I know, because
You're
everyone's
only
copied.
as good as you next
I'm
week.
a bit like a proud dad because this was a segment that we were able to
You're saying you invented
bring
it?
to life. May have invented it. Got one early, 6
Yep.
from 6, and now Kane has taken over. So
Yep.
27 of 34. I mean, I need the ROI on that thing.
We'll get that organised. Jordan Dawson now, over and under, 23 and a half.
It's a low number, but he's getting low numbers, Jordan. Really tricky. I've gone over. I think he's due for a bigger disposal game. So it's low, and I don't think he'll get much attention from the Hawks.
Yeah, if he goes over, I don't think he'll go way over. I'm worried about Nash to him, size-wise. The thing I like is the Crows are really keen to get the ball in his hand. So he is one of those players, like the Daicos boys, they really want to get him the footy.
Here's a curveball. Maxi Gawn. Now, you're going to disagree here. What are you doing?
I think he's the best bet of the weekend.
He's so confident in this.
Plus 19 and a half. I think that he absolutely lit up against the Eagles last time. Under the roof, he's the one player you can trust. I think a few Ds will say, nah, enough's enough. Our season's done, and you won't see much from them. He's the one you can trust. Will dig in, will go to work, under the roof at Marvel Stadium, over.
I'm going under. Just 20 for a ruckman is a big number.
It is.
So I'm just going to say...
average is north of.
Yeah, I'm just going to say under for this.
Noah Anderson?
Over. Yeah, he loves it at home. Loves it at Gold
31 and a
Coast.
half. So 32 plus,
It's,
you think?
it's a big number, but he'll go over that.
Yep. The words of Adam Uze, if he didn't tag last week, Nick Daicos, he ain't going to tag this week. So you have to go under, because if you take the under on this and he's got 22 at half time, you're in some bother.
Isaac Heaney. What did he do there? He's in really good touch.
I took him on.
25 and a half.
I took him on because I think Durham's a really good matchup for him. So Durham, they're probably releasing Durham a little bit more to go and get his own ball. But even if Heaney goes forward and be's that forward option, then that's in your favour as well. So I took him on.
He's burnt me. Every time I've done Isaac Heaney,
He's hard to catch.
I've lost and I've gone over. So I think he spends more time forward. I'm going to go under. He probably kicks 3 or 4, but hopefully the disposals is low.
Now, here's the big one. Nick Daicos. Now, this will be a big, big number, and the number's 32.5. Kane.
Got to get to 33. I've gone over.
You're going over?
I've gone over. Yeah, last time he destroyed Brisbane. There's no matchup for him.
Big number.
It's a big number, but he had 42 last week.
It's too big.
You know witches' hats last week.
You know that he had 42 last week,
Yeah,
don't you?
witches' hats.
Yeah. So I'm going to back him in to go over.
Too big. I think it's too big. I think they'll put the time in. Whether it's Dunkley or Berry, I think they'll put the time into him. So I'm taking him on. Everything's in my favour. When the number's that high, getting stuck on the bench, getting a knock, all that stuff is in my favour. So it'll be a painful watch because he's a superstar.
What about if he's got 21 at half time?
Well, he's still got to get another 11 or 12, and I'm
many.
still
It's not
alive.
many.
Lock him down. What about the Tosca, the luggage, the big Hugh? What are we doing there? What's the line there? Ooh, it's a big one.
number. It's about his average, so he's about that. And I think Collingwood, they just don't tag anyone. They got so many options for the midfield, but he's been very good to me, Hugh McCluggage. So I'm going over.
MCG, space,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3s for him. So he'll be able to chain up and get involved on a couple of different occasions because of the size of the ground. So I'm taking him over. Look at that, 40 plus.
Of course, my odds are better again.
Of course, that's what you do. You're a value guy.
Of course, Richo.
So we've got 2 different this week. We've been very similar, which is a bit frustrating, but we don't know each other's selections.
That's
it just
right.
shows, and the proof's in the pudding, Richo. Follow.
I think you should follow them both.
Both on
they're
the
on
feed
the
already.
feed. Check them out. Headlines, multis, all coming up. And Footy Trip. Papers land on a Monday.
Crows win, Pies lose or go close. Adelaide will be outright premiership favourites next week.
Cool. The Brisbane bounce back for me. I think they get it done against Collingwood in a big response, Richo.
Less than 10,000. There'll be tumbleweeds at Marvel at 1 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. We're talking Footy Trip. Let's give him his flowers. Check this out.
There it is. If we look at that, I just think Gold Coast go over 17.5 against Melbourne. There it is. So Lockie Neal over. It is the bet of the week. Matt Rao, 12 plus kicks. Matt, just get it, kick it, smack it forward. The new markets are up 12 plus kicks.
Footy Trip, we're in your hands again.
For the 4th week in a row, is it? 4th week in a row.
Genius.
Hugh McCluggage, 27 plus, loves it at home, won't get tagged, and I'll have it for the 5th week next week. Lockie Neal, all the eggs in the Neal basket this week. 28 disposals against Gold Coast who don't tag. There it is, 210, good odds.
Ah, beautiful work. We've thrown a whole lot of wind up your skirt.
Thank
Don't
you.
let us down.
It's deserved. It's
Thank you.
deserved.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to go McCluggage again.
Again?
Yeah, I am. He's so
you're not?
good. No, sorry, that was our multi. McCluggage. We'll get to that shortly. I'm going Newcombe, 23.
Right.
This is a slight risk. It's a small number. It's good odds. It's a small number. So I'm just going to be shaky now.
No, we've got to back
You've
him.
rattled
We've
me.
got to back him in.
The last thing I'm going to do is second guess you. Our multi, which is, of course, absolutely flying. Thank you for everyone who's been following us here. What are we doing?
Noah Anderson, 31 plus for me.
There we go. I'm McCluggage. So that's the one I was getting confused with.
And I think the Chad at 23 plus possessions as well, because I think they'll match up with others. So check out all the new markets. They're absolutely fantastic on the Same Game Multi. Follow him on the feed. Follow
Thanks,
him
Richo.
on the feed. It's going to be a big, big weekend.
Have a good
Don't upset
weekend.
anyone, will
I
you?
won't.
Yeah,
Quiet week.
Please
Quiet.
be nice.
Quiet.
Keep watching us.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.